Ladies and gentlemen, it's that time of the day again, and you are here with me, Menkajikop, on the reactions. And to the top of our stories, we will talk about the suspension of the Chief Justice and then what some political parties are claiming to do in the subsequent days. In our next stories, we'll talk about His Excellency, the former Vice President, Bawumia, who claims that posterity will clearly vindicate his president, which is the former president, His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, and then plus we will talk about some stories about what will happen in the next few days with regards to what Bawumia intends to do with the political party, as to whether he would want to continue with the party as a leader or he would want to just move away. Currently, he's on a thank you tour and is also high on our menu for today. We will discuss that. So, these are many more stories what we are here to do. Thanks for joining me. Let's delve into the stories for today. Today is Monday, please. If you care to know, we are just discussing what the nation will be looking like and what happens to us as a country if we continue to do the very same things and then we are expecting different results. Look, these same talks have been since independence. We've been talking and talking and talking. Clearly, nothing has changed. And today we are picking one of our stories from Peace FM Online, right? There is a statement written over there. It says that political parties to demonstrate against unlawful suspension of the CJ or the Chief Justice. Now, my next issue is, why then do we want to prolong the whole situation? Why won't we allow the law to take a course? The law hasn't been done yet. And I don't think that His Excellency the President John Dramani Mahama took this decision on an isolation mode. He took it with consultations with the right people, right? So for political parties like the NPP, the New Patriotic Party, who are supposed to be stakeholders of the constitution or of our democracy, decide to neglect what the true law says or what the law says and decide to parade propaganda. It baffles me. Let's read the story and I have something to say about it. So we are having here the statement which was released on April 25th, 2025, right? So the heading says political parties to demonstrate against unlawful suspension of the Chief Justice and unlawful termination of appointments on Monday, May 5th, 2025. Now let's read into the stories. It says that in an unwavering defense of Ghana's constitutional order and judicial independence, political parties and well-meaning Ghanaians will be staging a nationwide demonstration in response to the unlawful suspension of the Chief Justice on Monday, 5th, 2025. What shows that what John Dramani Mahama did was unlawful? I have heard issues or statements or claims made by diverse people from different camps claiming that His Excellency only did or took this decision based on the petitions he had received. I wouldn't want to go into the law too much because clearly I don't have too much knowledge about it. So I wouldn't go into it. But let's use common sense here. What prompted His Excellency the President to say, I am suspending X Chief Justice, not Y Chief Justice? What brought that decision? Why did His Excellency the President decide to suspend her lordship Torkonoo, or what's her name? That's her name, right? Yes. Let me try and get. That's her name. Why? Why has she been on our discussion for weeks now? Why has she been suspended? Clearly, in the petitions, people had said she had misbehaved in quotes, and they gave instances of what she had done. The removal of the Chief Justice is on a clear note, and His Excellency is not doing it in an opaque form. He has made it very transparent. Now let's read into it properly. It says that at an emergency meeting held on Thursday, April 24th, 2025, the political parties, namely New Patriotic Party, Liberal Party of Ghana, National Democratic Party, People's National Party, Ghana Union Movement, and other political parties resolved to stand up in defense of our constitution to promote and safeguard our cherished democracy. This is all lies. It is English. It's all lies. Come on. You cannot claim that you are upholding democracy, you want to keep democracy in this country, and you behave in such a manner. The tangent in which these political parties have even decided to go is wrong. Demonstrating, you clearly have a certain mindset. You want to cause chaos. Nobody is saying demonstration is not good. But look, looking at the leaders of this demonstration, taking it from the biggest opposition party in this country as it stands, the New Patriotic Party. You were in government not too long ago. You were fighting against everybody who wanted to do demonstration. On record, you arrested a lot of demonstrators. What happened today? Today, these same people think that demonstration is the best thing to do. You are clearly propagating a certain narrative or narrations. You mentioned that GUM will be part of it. That's the Ghana Union Movement. GUM is also having a different opinion about it. Look, run quickly to Adom FM Online. There's a story there written by Dr. Abedu Kennedy. She published it on the 28th of April 2025, 10:21 a.m. exactly. It says that why GUM won't join CJ suspension demo, Sofu Chabosun reviews. So what I trying to say? So let's look at the reasons Osofu Chabosun had said that they won't join the demonstration again. We are committed to democracy and the rule of law. Listen, no, underlined word, committed to democracy and rule of law. Any issues concerning the Chief Justice should be addressed through legal channels. Truly, it means that there is a clear path. If you didn't understand anything and you wanted details and you clearly respected democracy and rule of law, you wouldn't go this tangent. So Fuchabus has nailed it. It says that, let's read. GUM has not endorsed or joined in any plans for this demonstration. He has not. So how come he is part of it? Further reads and says that until there is a verdict, there is no need to demonstrate. Yes, she has only been suspended. Suspension doesn't mean she has been sacked. It has nothing to do with it. And in any case, who says that chief justices cannot be sacked? Who says so? Under her tenure, a lot of people have said that she has misbehaved. I'm still using that word because that's the most word people are using. And clearly, per the instances given, she has misbehaved. And it said that anything that happens in the court, even if a pen drops, it is being written. She imprisoned somebody and they went into the court ruling books and nothing was found. And what is stated there? You travel with your family at the expense of the taxpayer. You've misbehaved. See, look, read further and say that the protest is in good faith, but we should let the laws work and wait for the verdict. Why? What is this hesitation? What are you hiding? What's the NPP hiding? Somebody should look. And these smaller parties who have decided from the likes of the Liberal Party and the LPG, the one, hey, now worrying yourself. Look, you know. The political parties observed that the blatant disregard for the rule of law. I'm reading from the statement released by the NPP. and then the other political parties. So we are done with Chiabosom. Chiabosom has nailed it. Allow the laws to work. That's it. After the laws work and you have any opposition to it, you bring it. Why are you in a rush? What are you hiding? What are you look? I don't know. The political parties observe that the blatant disregard for the rule of law is not merely a political matter, but rather an assault on the very soul of our democracy. It's a lie. NPP on record has been one of the political parties when any time in government they disregard the rule of law, any constitution does not work. We can give you instances. On what basis did they arrest Oliver Bakabomao during the anti-Galamsey demonstration, which they themselves claim they are going to do again? At the time they were doing it, when they were in government, they arrested them. Today, they themselves are going to do some. In the right way, they should have also been arrested today. If it was in the constitution that if you demonstrate, you should be arrested. That's how it should be. The hate rule of law. Look, you were bringing electronic levy, a certain levy which was clearly opposed by everybody. You forced it down our throat. What did you do? You forced it. This is an LGBTQ bill. It was on our president's table since for months. He did not sign until he left. This is a president who respects democracy and rule of law. Parliament is the nation. The entire nation says we want it this way. One person says I don't. By virtue of the fact that he didn't find his pen to sign. You are here to chase rule of law. Look, people are sick. You shouldn't be doing that, right? We have a lot of important things to do. They say that the pattern is undeniable. A case in reference is the NDC field plot in 2010 to remove Ghana's first female Chief Justice, Georgina Chidua Wood. Are you people crazy? You said what? A field in pattern. A case in reference is the NBC field plot in 2010 to remove a field plot. How? It means that there was an intentional attempt to take her off. For what? Ah well. History is being repeated. The NDC's obsession with capturing and controlling every arm of government, even the independent judiciary, is playing out before our eyes. Really. Okay. Let's read further. It says that society groups, Christian Council and Pentecostal Council, all religious groups and patriotic citizens to rise in protest against the unlawful and politically motivated suspension of the Chief Justice of the Republic of Ghana. The reckless assault on the independence of the judiciary is not just an attack on one individual. It is a dangerous affront to the very constitution that binds our democracy together. Clearly, you know the right thing, you are doing the wrong thing. I don't know what you seek to achieve. That's your cup of tea. For the NPP, no. And GUM has set the record straight. The GUM, even GUM knows the right thing to do. How much more you people claim you are intellectuals, you are this, you are that. Come on, we are out of that conversation. Let's move into our next topic for discussion. We are talking about His Excellency, the Vice President, the former Vice President. Bawumia. Look, one fine gentleman who found himself on the wrong side of political parties. However, it's important to when they posterity will vindicate Ekufuado's good works. For real, this is the same Bawumia who claims that a lot of policies implemented during Nanado's tenure were wrong. Now let's name some of the policies from e-levy to the sanitation levies to even with the free education policy they implemented, it was badly implemented. They look, they really didn't do anything. Oh. Honestly, our monies kept on going. We kept on spending as a country, but we didn't know the direction in which we wanted to go. That's Nanado's government for in simple and short. We were spending and we didn't have a direction. That's all. All they needed was find a purpose to spend, and to spend and spend well. Right? So let's look into it. We are quoting His Excellency. No, for people who are wondering where he spoke, please, he's on a thank you tour, and this is one of his first things he said during his meeting with the people and during his thank you tour. So he said that history will be kind to President Akufo-Addo for the bold decisions he made for the benefit of our country. I want to know the bold decisions, please. Former president, I want to know. Former vice president, I want to know the bold decisions. These are not just policies for today, they are investment for the future of Ghana. What kind of policies is he talking about? We are grateful for your trust. Come on. Look, you say something in isolation and you don't back it with facts. I saw two when we are a child dreaming that I'll build a house. Especially you take children to the beach side and then they gather sand. They said they are building castles. They can't even sleep in that. The castle is there, but he can't sleep inside. The policy maybe is in your head, but he didn't implement it. Honestly, in all truth, that's what you put it. Then he further asked that yes, Baumia acknowledges sentiments of supporters on why NPP lost. After his Z policies were being implemented, sentiments in Ifrihin, you are the same person who claims that posterity will be kind to His Excellency. Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Right now, you are coming back in that same breath. You say that acknowledges sentiments of the supporters. How come the supporters will lament? If he did good works, why would we? So let's read from him. Many people have ascribed reasons why we lost, and some, including our General Secretary, even believe it was spiritual. Hey, come on. That's low blow. Low blow, really. But if you look at it carefully, the reasons are many, and some were due to our own decisions and inactions. The cost of living went up, and there was also the issue of arrogance of power. Hey, fine. So it means that all that you were listening, you just turned a deaf ear to it. Or at that time, the only person listening was His Excellency the Vice President. And aside him, nobody else. It's possible because he's the one saying it, that the arrogance of power. Clearly, clearly, you had a president who says that if the chief does not stand up, he won't greet him. A chief says that my community needs a day school. It's almost completed. Come and launch it for them to use. He said that if the chief has that power, he should go and do it. Why is the chief giving an ultimatum? You know, well, today your own vice president is telling the arrogance of power. Further says that Dr. Maruga says, you face the issue of high cost of living, arrogance of power, and refusal to listen. You were not listening, clearly. The party asked us to do a reshuffle, but we did not listen for 8 years. The party and Ghanaians told us they didn't want the 11, but we didn't listen. How come all of a sudden Maruga knows everything? He's saying the right thing, so. The party told us we should not touch pensioners in the debt restructuring. We had a meeting and decided against it, and the president announced to Ghanaians that there would be no haircut, and everyone was happy. But in the end, there was a haircut, and these bondholders, numbering about 800,000, were affected. These are the middle class, and each of them has dependents. All of a sudden, Bolivia knows all the problems. All of a sudden, that's my look. Look, come on. Hey, I'm amazed. I'm amazed. Hey, people were screaming on top of their voice, on their voice. We are dying. We are dying. We are dying. Please give us. Don't touch our bonds. Don't touch our bond. The DDEP is something that will destroy us. Hey, well, why? Compare yeah. Who are you? People are talking. You want to talk, sir? Forgetting that these same people gave you the power. Literally, you just told them, "Come on, who are you?" It's just like a bouncer approaching a high-profile person. Come on, hey, that's what you put it. Hey, once you lost power, that one day everybody go down. You realize that look, but me I can see all the good things in the world. Me, I will chase him on any day. I won't allow him to throw dust into the faces of our Ghanaian populace for him to win any elections. And Abua, oh boy, about me, Abua. If NPP has anything good to do, I understand Bawumia has it all to rule this party, but not the country. Bawumia can rule the NPP, not the country. Because take it right now in the NPP. Who else? Could you show the ambition? Was the one who Allah, they should take away how do you call it about if they take away Bawumia, they are sure they never. One guy who has sworn that almost cost to buffer. We are tentini bene beye pe oboa. Or no sure they need you be did a tida. Well, minimum you. You also added that you also refuse to pay NAPCO workers who number about 100,000 and virtually cancel the program. We also did not pay the youth in afforestation who were about 75. So you knew you were in debt. You had to pay. You had the muscles, the financial muscles to pay. When you na wama ɛka abrowa te sɛ hyɛ ɔde ti no kɛseɛ nana yɛdeka yɛsi kurom ha yɛdeka we are owing people who have worked though not that they've not worked they've worked their ass off they've done a lot of good things yeah look these were youth too not old men youth they needed money to survive people. You finish the work, you are owing them. One may Canada, can I get see it is a show in tea? Well, moving power. So that they are you can't come back. They're dead. No, they're dead is already something you can't do anything about. If you can bring that person to life, you would have done that. You can't do anything about it. Clearly, NPP, you are gone. You are a goner. And now you can only sit behind the fence and make noise. And as for those who say they want to do demonstration, go and do. And this will not stop you. They are not like you who would arrest them. Where people like us didn't have a voice. Right now, we all have a voice. We all have a voice. So you're allowed to. Thanks for joining me. This is the reaction with me and Kaji Cup. And we are out.